Hi there, welcome back to Charlie's Garage. Today we have Hayley's car, which is Frank the Fiat Panda 169, and Hayley told me that the engine light's been coming on and that the heater fan is not really getting very warm, and what's the other thing? The temperature. So the temperature on the gauge doesn't really get above, it doesn't really move from the bottom, and only after a long trip, and then it's sort of gets up to about halfway up to the operating temperature, and the engine light comes on and it drops down to zero again. So looking on the forums and things, I think the most obvious thing is the thermostat, so we'll be changing that today and hopefully that'll fix the problem. So yeah, we'll see. Basically it's underneath here, so you have to take off the airbox and the battery and the ECU and these HT leads here. So it's just underneath there. You can see, well, I'll show you the video, the pipe underneath here. So the radiator goes to the side of the thermostat and it's on the side of the engine. So I'll have to drain some of the coolant as well. But that's the plan. Disclaimer, I'm not a mechanic, I'm not professional, I'm just someone who likes fixing things or trying to fix things, actually normally breaking things. But yeah, so we're gonna get going with the job. As a side note, I bought this ProScan OBD reader, and it's one that just connects to your phone. I think it's only £12 or something. So I'll see how that goes and see if that picks up a fault as well. The OBD port is located behind here, apparently, on right-hand drive cars. We'll see what happens. And with those two Phillips head screws off, this is what's behind. I think it's this bit here, and here's the port. It looks like a old sort of Amiga joystick, but enlarged. So let's see if that fits on there. Seems to go. Okay, and I'll connect it to my phone and then see what happens. That seems to have gone in. There's a little blue light that comes on, so I think we're okay. Yeah, connect to my phone. So this is the 1.1, the smallest engine on the 169 Panda. Obviously later there was the twin air on the next generation of Panda, but this is the 1.1. So the first job is to undo these 10mm bolts on either side of the airbox that holds the air filter in there. Next comes the battery coming off. I think, again, that's 10mm to get those two off.
What have you done so far?
So I've taken off the battery terminals, taken out the airbox, taken off these two connectors here and the 4 HT leads, and at the moment I've just undone this bolt here to try and get this off, and there's one more bolt that's got really bad access underneath here, so I'm just going to try and take that one off and see if that takes off what I'm calling the ECU, and then hopefully, because the thermostat's underneath that, it'll be fairly good access to the thermostat. I've seen the pipe that goes into the thermostat has got lots of almost like foamy stuff around it, so I'm not sure if there's been a leak in the past and someone's put some foam to sort of seal it up. I don't know. So we'll see. But yeah, after that should be fairly straightforward, he says. What have you got there?
I've just taken off this thing. What's this thing called?
I think it's ECU.
ECU.
I don't know though. I'm no expert. Feel free to comment below, because you all know I'm wrong. So Hayley's currently undoing the 2 bolts on the side of the thermostat. We'll go through, this is the new one, we'll go through these 2 holes. So Hayley's just undoing those. Every nut so far has been a 10mm, so it's been nice and easy. So yeah, she's just taking this off and then put a tray underneath the car because it's going to be leaking coolant in a minute. So just undone the 2 bolts on the side of the thermostat, and then this is the old thermostat. Looks pretty old, maybe the original one. So this car's a 2004, so nearly 20 years old. So yeah, there's the old gasket as well. Might scrape that off. I just need to do the clips on the hose and then put it all back together again. So we're at the point where the thermostat's been taken off. Here's the old crusty thermostat. You see that with the old coolant on there. So we've got our new one ready. with a, there we are, and there's a gasket that comes with that as well. And here is the old clip we managed to get off. So I spoke to my local mechanic, and he said that they normally put Jubilee clips on. But I've seen online that actually Jubilee clips don't adapt to hot and cold temperatures. So I decided to go out and order these in. So it's been a few days since we were working on the car. So a proper original clip, and then I've bought these little pliers that hold it on so you can just fit it on nicely. So that's what we're going to do now. I'm going to do a time lapse, and hopefully should be just putting the thermostat back on and the engine back together. There's just been a delivery of sheep to the farm next door, so excuse the occasional barking as it's going on. Okay, so just release this clip, and then so that's the new thermostat on, just there, with the gasket behind it, and then this is the new, what's called I can't remember what it's called, a spring clip maybe, a spring clip on the pipe there. So now I'm just going to put the, what maybe is ECU on here, on top, and then put the HDDs in, put these in, and it should be all fixed and top of the coolant. That's what we're going to do now.